Hi, my name is Amanda Jones. I'm 26.
Hi, I'm Teresa, and I'm 25.
I'm Kyle, and I'm 24.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher L. Jones, and I will be discussing with you on how mathematicians as a profession can be used to promote God's values. So, with that being said, let's start out with defining what mathematicians are. Mathematicians are scholars of the oldest and most fundamental science known as mathematics. Mathematics is considered by many to be a claim science or an if-then science due to its nature of finding absolute truths. Mathematicians are divided into two different classes. There's fundamental mathematicians and there's applied mathematicians. Start with theoretical mathematicians. Theoretical mathematicians are more concerned with increasing the basic knowledge of mathematics. Basically, their desire isn't really fueled by, to give it a practical use, but more so just to increase the basic knowledge of the area. These people are usually employed at universities, juggling between research and teaching. Okay, now moving on to applied mathematics. This is the other spectrum of mathematics. Applied mathematicians tend to focus more on applying mathematical formulas to businesses and governments and etc. Some examples of people who would do this would be for, let's say, for making budgets for businesses or analyzing the effects of certain medications. Those are all from mathematical formulas that are computed by these mathematicians. They typically work in research and development sections of various organizations. Okay, the education, the PhD is the gold standard of education for mathematicians. The degrees are usually very difficult because it requires a very vigorous level of classes, tests, and a dissertation. And this paper usually involves them demonstrating the ability to investigate independently something that would benefit the field of mathematics. For example here, the University of Syracuse description says the most important part of the PhD program is the writing of a dissertation that demonstrates the candidate's ability to carry out independent investigation that makes an original scholarly contribution to mathematics. There usually is a very long time limit on this dissertation, as you may have guessed. Okay, let's start with pay. Right here we have a chart, and it shows the average annual salary for mathematicians in various areas. You can see scientific research is the highest, that tops out at $114,820, and all the way down to the little man, which is the insurance carrier, at $90,340. And for the job opportunities, you can see these are the annual degrees and job openings in the broad fields here. And as you can see, mathematicians to computer sciences, for those who have PhDs, you can see they're right here, the PhDs, the masters, the bachelors, and the projected job openings. And see, they're quite higher than most of these other ones. Now we'll go into talking about the values of God, how this can be used to promote these values through mathematics. See, God values truth. John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. 2 Timothy 2:15, do you best present yourself to God as one approved, a workman who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. And 3 John 1:4, I have no greater joy than to hear my children are walking in the truth. Okay, as I said earlier, mathematics is a science that is solely based on finding truths. It is a black and white science. It's either true or it's false, and these formulas are computed and tested in a way that they work in every scenario within that formula. Next, I'll go on to talk about how God values human life. And Matthew 14:14, when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and he healed their sick. Luke 4:18, the Spirit of the Lord is on me because he anointed me to preach the good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom, the prisoners and recovery of sight to the blind, and to release the oppressed. Now we'll talk about how this applies to mathematicians. Like I mentioned before, there are several areas that mathematicians can affect human life. First, here we see the Carbonin formula. This was a mathematical formula that was used to determine target heart rates. As you can see, this is computed into many of the machinery that your typical medical personnel would be using. On down here we have microorganism disinfection equation, which is used to determine drinking water treatment and chlorination. Now I'd like to open the floor now to any questions if there's anything that anybody would like to further know about this. No? Anybody? Okay. Well, with that being said, I would like to thank you for your time. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the University of Delaware, the University of Manitoba, the Alban Created for Connection, and basically these other various sites that I was able to use to determine this information and to present it to you guys to produce this informative speech. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.